Hello children, how are you? Now again here we are doing some more new articles of our chapter Mechanical Properties of Matter. Today we are going to learn another thing, that is, I can say, elastic after effect. Elastic after effect. Here I am going to explain here what does it mean. Elastic after effect, I can say, my dear children, the temporary delay in regaining the original configuration, in regaining the original configuration by an elastic body after removal of the deforming forces. What does it mean? The temporary delay in regaining the original configuration by an elastic body after the removal of the deforming forces is called elastic after effect. We know very well that on removing the deforming forces from the elastic body, suppose this is the elastic body here, they regain their original configuration immediately, but in some elastic bodies regain their original configuration immediately, but a few others take some time to recover to get the original configuration. That time delaying is called elastic after effect. What is that called? Elastic after effect. Write down. The elastic after effect is negligibly small for the quartz, phosphor and bronze. इसमें बहुत कम होता है elastic after effect, but very large for the glass fiber. Elastic after effect is very large for the glass fiber. Is that clear? These are the example here. Now, one more thing I want to clarify here. What do you mean by elastic fate? F-A-T-I-G-U, elastic fate. What is this? What does it mean? Elastic fate, we can say, my dear children, here, elastic fate is the property of, it is the property of an elastic body. It is a property of an elastic body. It is a property of an elastic body. It is a property of an elastic body by virtue of which its behavior becomes less elastic under the action of under the action of repeated under the action of repeated alternating deforming force, repeated alternating deforming forces, here. So this is a property of an elastic body by virtue of which its behavior becomes less elastic. थोड़ा कम उसमें elasticity हो जाती है. When an elastic body is subjected to repeatedly to the action of alternating deforming forces, its behavior becomes less elastic. For example, suppose I have two bodies. Suppose we have two exactly identical wires. Say one wire is A and another wire is B. We are having the two exactly same wires. A and B are with us fixed to a rigid support. Both are fixed to a rigid support and carrying two similar discs at their free ends. Suppose this is the disc are attached to these two wires. Let the disc attached to A be given repeated torsional vibration about the wire for a few days. इस वाले डिस्क को रोजाना हम घुमाते हैं. रोजाना वी आर वाइब्रेटिंग वायर ए डिस्क. इज इट क्लियर? इसको हम रोजाना काम में ले रहे हैं. Whereas the disc attached to B is kept at rest. इसमें कुछ भी नहीं करते हैं. Where the disc which is attached to the wire B is always remain at rest, but the disc attached to a point a wire A is repeated vibration every day. Now let both the discs be given similar vibration simultaneously, and what we observe? It is observed that vibration of P lasts longer, whereas that of vibration of A dies soon. जल्दी रुक जाता है. देखिए both are similar discs, लेकिन ये जल्दी रुक जाती है. So what I can say, the wire A must have tired or fade because of its vibration prior to the vibration of P. तो A को हम रोज काम में ले रहे हैं, B को काम में नहीं ले रहे हैं. That is property in our physics is called elastic fade. Okay, note down. So this is a very simple activity. You can do it. जिस चीज को हम ज्यादा काम में लेंगे वो जल्दी खराब होगी, जल्दी थक जाएगी. Yes. Now, one more simple application of elasticity that I can say here, that is the shape of a girder. Why the shape of a girder? Why the shape of a girder are I shape? Here, this is the I shape girder. Why we use? When we use for making a bridge, we are using a girder of shape I shape. Why? Here, my dear children, see that I am drawing a figure here first. Suppose this is the girder. This is the middle portion of the girder. When I put some weight on it, what I observe, after a certain time, when weight is there, it will be like this. Here, when weight is there, the length of the girder is L. Little bit of depression here is delta. Is that clear? This is called buckling. This is called buckling here, where the shape of the girder that we are using here is this shape. This is the shape of the girder. Why? Draw these two figures. Then we are going to explain why we are using this shape of girder. Now, the bridges are designed in such a way that ब्रिज को हम इस प्रकार से बनाना चाहते हैं that they do not bend, much or break under the load or under the heavy traffic. It will not bend. ऐसा हम चाहते हैं. Due to the force of strongly blowing wind and its own weight. So consider a bar of length L, breadth B and depth D. Length हम एक ऐसा बार कंसिडर कर रहे हैं जिसकी लेंथ L, breadth हमने लिया B and depth say D. Here we can say, suppose Y be the Young's modulus of the material of the wire. When a load W is attached to the middle end of this, then the depression delta produced at the middle point in the bar is given by, and a formula where we are using here delta is equal to WL cube divided by here 4YVD cube here. This is the formula you have to remember here. 4YVD cube here. This is the formula. In order to have a small depression for a given load, L should be small. The small is L. L should be small. Y should be large. Y should be large. B should be large. B should be also large. And D should also be large. You can see here. Y, B and D all are large. तब depression कम होगा because these are in denominator. The most effective method to reduce the depression delta in the beam of given length and material is to make the depth of the beam is large as compared to the breadth, because we can say delta is proportional to 1 by D cube. This is the important term here. Depth is more important because it has power of 3. So compared to breadth, depth is an important part. So I mean to say that the effective method to reduce depression is to make a depth of beam large as compared to the breadth. But on increasing the depth too much, the beam may be buckling. Beam जो है हमारा थोड़ा सा अगर इस प्रकार से है तो it will go like this here. Here it is called buckling. Here it is called buckling. So to check this buckling, a compromise in between the breadth and depth of a beam is made by using I-shaped girder, as you can see in the figure. Here you can say this is the depth. Here it is the breadth. So I-shaped girder with a large load bearing surface, so we may get less buckling over there. Is that clear? So this is the region. Depth को हमने बढ़ा दिया थोड़ा. So we are using here the shape of the girders are I-shaped for safe bridge. Now we are going to see some new part of our unit, thermal properties of matter, that is our NCERT chapter number 10, that is mechanical properties of fluids. Mechanical properties of fluids. Mechanical properties of fluids. We are talking about fluids. What is fluids here? The branch of physics which we are going to learn here, that is hydrostatics. Hydrostatics, when the fluids are at rest. When the fluids are at rest, that we are going to learn. So my dear children, write down the branch of physics which deals with the study of fluids at rest. The branch of physics which deals with the study of fluids at rest, that branch of physics is called hydrostatics. And another branch of physics where the fluids are in motion, that physics is called hydrodynamics. That is called hydrodynamics. Write down. Now, fluids is the name given to a substance which begins to flow when external force is applied on it. When external force applied on it is called fluids. So it is this property which distinguishes fluids from solids. Solids cannot flow, but liquid can flow. Fluids can flow. So I can say, my dear children, fluids is the name given to a substance which begins to flow when external force is applied. Now, I am going to explain another part, that is what do you mean by pressure of a fluid. Another thing which I am going to discuss here, that is pressure of liquid. Pressure of a liquid. Pressure of a liquid, that we are going to discuss. Now, what is that? The normal force, that is thrust. The normal force or thrust the normal force or thrust exerted by a liquid, when a normal force or thrust exerted by a liquid at rest per unit area, of the surface, in contact with it, is called pressure of the liquid. Is called pressure of the liquid. Is called pressure of the liquid. Okay? Or I can say this type of pressure where the fluids are at rest is called hydrostatic pressure. Is called hydrostatic pressure. Suppose F is a normal force acting on a surface on area A. area A of the object in contact, area A is in contact with the liquid. So the pressure exerted by the liquid, that is P is equal to F by A. This is the formula here. This is the pressure exerted by the liquid on the surface of the object. The unit here is Newton per meter square. The unit of the force is Newton. The unit of the area cross section is meter square. So I can say also it is called Pascal. It is the unit of pressure. Okay? The CGS, this is the MKS unit. CGS unit of pressure is dyne per centimeter square. Dyne per centimeter square. The dimensional formula for the pressure M1 L minus 1 T minus 2. This is the dimensional formula of pressure. Pressure is a scalar quantity. Pressure is a scalar quantity. Here. Write down. Is it clear? Now, some applications on the concept of pressure. Just I am giving you some examples. First simple example is there. The bags and suitcase. Bags and suitcase are provided with broad handles. जो हमारा स्कूल बैग होता है, उसका जो हैंडल होता है, bags and suitcase are provided with the broad handles so that pressure is exerted on the hand while carrying them is smaller. जो है हमारा हैंडल होता है बैग को पकड़ने का, उसका एरिया ज्यादा है. जब एरिया ज्यादा होगा तो प्रेशर कम होगा. That's why bags and suitcase are having the broad handles. Is it clear? एक और एग्जांपल, पिंस एंड नेल्स. Pins and nails we can say made by have pointed ends in order to have least area of contact between the pin and the given surface. जो टिप होता है वो थिक होता है, तो वहां पर we can say here due to the big pointed ends the pin if pressed will exert high pressure on the surface and hence will easily penetrate the surface. They can easily penetrate the surface. These are the applications here. Write down both. Many other applications are there. One more term, that is, what do we mean by density? Density, that is mass upon volume. Density is equal to mass upon volume. The SI unit of density is kilogram per meter cube. This is the density. M1 L minus 3. This is the dimensional formula of pressure density here. This density rho is equal to kilogram per meter cube. Then one more thing, that is relative density. That is, I can say, I want to explain here what is the meaning of relative density. Is it clear? Now, relative density, I can say here, dear children, relative density. Here, what is that? Density of substance divided by density of water. Relative density is density of substance density of substance divided by, what is that? Density of substance divided by density of water. Density of water at 4 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड. ऊपर भी डेंसिटी है बच्चों, नीचे भी डेंसिटी है. तो here there is no unit. Write down this formula for that. That is the relative density is equal to, we can say that is, write down this. Now, so today this is all about our topic. Continue will do in our next module. Okay, bye.